Meet Neil Mackay. He lives in the Wild West. Actually, that's a lie. He lives in Cambridge. But Neil is something of a Dodge City sheriff when it comes to local cowboys nicking stuff from his hardware store.
It's hard to say quite how large shoplifting is. It costs me in the region of, let's say, 20 or 30,000 a year.
So fed up is Neil at having his stock swiped that he's employed a very un-Wild West form of law enforcement, CCTV. But that hasn't deterred the local Butch Cassidys, so Neil has decided to go back to basics.
I got so frustrated by the people doing this sort of thing, I decided to put up posters to kind of dissuade them from doing it.
Now, you can't go around putting up wanted posters willy-nilly because apparently even shoplifters are innocent until proven guilty.
I put lines across their face, so you couldn't actually identify them. They could identify themselves.
But Neil's shoplifters selfishly run off without telling anyone who they are, so he's also had to get creative with their identities.
We didn't know the name of the person, so we just named it after the items that they'd stolen. So we had Mr. Socket Man, Mr. Brabantia Bin Man, Mr. Vax Machine Man, and would you believe it?
Mr. Tray Man?
Mr. Charity Box Man.
Oh well, worth a try. Even with Mr. Mannequin Man on guard duty, the sneaky thieves kept on coming, and one of them had his sights on Neil's Neo-Dynamo Iron Boron. What the hell is a Neo-Dynamo Iron Boron?
One of my staff said he'd just apprehended a member of the public stealing a magnet.
Oh, it's a magnet. Why didn't you write that in the first place?
And he'd followed him out into our car park and approached him and had asked for the item back. And initially the person denied that he'd taken it, but eventually he handed it back and then he turned and ran, Olympic style, out of the door.
The magnet thief may have been out of sight, but not out of mind, especially once Neil had photoshopped him onto one of his wanted posters. It was then that the magnet man started attracting the attention of the local press, and I'm sorry.
The chief reporter of the Cambridge News decided to print it full page in the Cambridge News, complete with the lines across the face, so you couldn't identify the person.
The story quickly spread, but one person wasn't taking it very well. The magnet man himself. So he decided to keep stum, lay low, and let the whole thing blow over. Actually, he didn't.
Much to everybody's amusement and amazement, the gentleman decided to pitch up to the local police station and complain his human rights were being infringed.
Really? Wow!
The police then turned around and said, "Would you like us to prosecute?" We said, "Yes, please."
So Magnet Man was pulled up before a judge.
The magistrate had a sense of humour. He said, "I can't imagine what attracted Mr. Magnet Man to the police station."
Yeah, I think you'll find I've already done that joke. Anyway, at least his lordship wasn't laughing when he passed sentence to death by hanging. Really?
He got fined £400 with £600 costs.
Okay, so not death by hanging, but he was certainly hung out to dry, which is marvellous.